do have a little bit of community drama here to talk about, but maybe we can hear Sarah's side of the story in a little bit.
Welcome back to the Two Promises podcast. Let's dive right into another exciting adventure with BD and crew as he pursues his new passion of one day finding the most epic bourbon. The Two Promises team send their special thanks to Hobie and the Huckleberries for their masterful theme music. So grab a glass, relax, and enjoy responsibly.
Baby says she's leaving if I don't stop drinking wine. So I switched to whiskey, now I'm feeling fine. Drinking that smooth, smooth whiskey. No more wine. I like straight bourbon. Baby, you try the ride.
Thank you, everyone, and welcome back to BD Mobile. You heard that right, BD Mobile. We are on the road, on the move, and bringing the BD experience straight to you. Right now, I am at Foxville Quilting with Sarah. So, part of this process, this journey, this growth experience that we're going through here, we're catching on a lot of familiar themes. So, some things that I've talked about in other episodes, you're going to kind of hear again, just in a different way. So we talked about the value of community and what it's like to be home and those relationships that you can surround yourself with and the feelings that you get as a result. So back home, we've got this really cool CrossFit community where at 5:30 in the morning, we all show up and whatever, danger and damage the trainers want to do to us, they do, and we all just kind of smile and enjoy it and grow together. And one of the beautiful people that I've been blessed to meet throughout this path has been Sarah with Foxville Quilting. So this is one of my mom's besties. Oh, and today Sarah lifted 10 pounds more, and I think the clean and jerk than my mom did. So we do have a little bit of community drama here to talk about, but maybe we can hear Sarah's side of the story in a little bit. So right now what we're doing is part of my desire to bring some awesome merchandise, swag, whatever you want to call it, to you guys' hands as quickly as possible. Also kind of inventing this whole thing as we go. One thing that I thought, how much money do I have that I can, on credit, whatever, get some really cool merchandise that's going to pop for a donation tree, right? So we're trying to create a donation-based thing because we're trying to start up this business, we're trying to start up this brand, we're trying to start up this vision of giving back, healing, helping the community. So again, back to the community. We met through CrossFit, through my mom, through all of that, and now I'm, no joke, in her magic factory where she creates and accentuates and extends and exponentializes memories for people, which is a beautiful thing that she's doing. And me, part of my passions is what I've always told people whenever I said, what are you going to do whenever you get out of the military and finally settle down? And what I've basically been telling people for years is I'm going to go into the cornhole and koozie business. So that means I just want to be a professional cornholer, and I want to throw some cornhole bags, and maybe I'll sell some koozies on the side to, pay the rent. So that's been kind of my mantra for the last, say, 4 years, maybe longer. And it hasn't happened yet. So I think that's pretty relatable to a lot of people. It's like, you know what, I want to get out of this career, or out of this job, or I want this promotion. And eventually I'm going to be in the cornhole and koozie business. I don't know when that is. Think Captain Ron, right? Well, he's in new product development. That's his job. And he wants to be an adventurer. He wants to be a writer. That's what he wants. He wants to be a writer. So his co-workers are ribbing him and saying, oh, well, what are you going to write about? What do you have in your life that would be even worth a story? What? Adventures in new product development, right? So that's kind of what we're talking about here. I wanted to get into cornhole and koozies as a business, and I ended up podcasting. So, you never know what the future's going to hold. But part of that dream is Sarah is helping me fulfill it. We talked about dreams and memories and just that touch point that the communities can provide. The right community. So she has this beautiful business. She actually, for my birthday, made me a quilt of all my old t-shirts. And whenever I saw it, it was just like the most beautiful capture of my life growing up, all the t-shirts that I brought back home and forgot, left back home intentionally to wear later, and whatever it was that was like in my mom's house when she was purging and wanting to create this beautiful thing for me. She went with her friend Sarah at Foxville Quilting, and they made this amazing two-sided quilt. It captured everything perfectly. The feeling that I had when I saw it and the feeling that I have every day when I still see it just pops, it hits, and it resonates. It's that good, positive feeling associated with all of those communal experiences or those life experiences. Even if in those moments you had pain, you had trauma. But to see it visually represented in a positive way has been so therapeutic, and that's the magic that Sarah creates. Right now, Sarah is coaching my niece through helping me make these cornhole bags while I'm just doing what I do best, talking and annoying a lot of people. So now I get to annoy even more people, and you're all welcome. And once they've got that figured out, well, then we're just going to pop back over here, and wonderful Miss Sarah is going to teach me how I'm supposed to use this sewing machine in front of me to create super cool cornhole bags for you. Okay, cool. So it looks like it is my turn for the mastery that is Sarah for teaching me how to be a seamstress. Is that the term we finally decided on?
Seamstress or sewist?
Or sewist.
Seems to be the new trending thing I keep reading online, so I don't know.
Well,
your preference.
I don't know. Sewist
sounds a little more manly.
And it kind of flows off a little bit better, and it also kind of gives you that room for potentially being self-deprecating humor. So if you're like, oh no, it's this new thing I heard online, I'm definitely a sewist, you should read about it somewhere. Yeah. Forbes. So, cool. So you are being so gracious in inviting me into your business to potentially make a mess.
We're going to create.
Okay, cool. So you're going to keep me from being too messy.
Yes.
Perfect. I need that in my life.
2 little 6.5-inch squares. There's not much mess in that.
Perfect. So this is what we're doing to make cornhole bags, right?
Correct.
Cool. So what did you do here in advance?
Well, we had the one fabric printed with the logo, and the guy was nice enough to print cutting lines, so that made it really easy just to go ahead and cut some up in advance. And then I cut the back fabric also into 6.5-inch squares. And now we put them together, right sides facing each other. That is the key with sewing. Right sides face each other, because you're going to turn everything inside out. Okay.
Cool. That makes a lot of sense. So have you done cornhole bags before, or kind of conceptualized them?
I made a redneck version of cornhole bags with some shelled corn, actual corn, for one of my church friends.
Fun.
So that's my experience. Bean bags, actual cornhole bags, but nothing professional.
Cool.
Just
yeah,
that's
what I was going to ask is, how has this experience in creating a cornhole bag with me differed from your experience creating cornhole bags for others in your past?
Well, because I feel like you're doing it for an organization or for swag, then we need to be more careful about doing it exact. Like, we looked up online, what are the actual dimensions, what's the criteria, does it have to weigh, how much filling? Whereas before, I made a square, she gave me an old one that was worn out, and I measured that and just threw some corn in. I didn't even measure it. I didn't know if there was a certain amount, because I don't do cornhole.
Gotcha. So you felt like your creation of this art or final project, what would you consider your working? I feel like it's art, what you do.
Yeah, I mean, it's art. It's interesting that I worked at a quilt shop before I started my own quilt shop, and it's interesting that all kinds of people stop in and they want you to sew things that have absolutely nothing to do with quilting. Like, would you hem my pants? Can you alter this suit?
So kind of the difference between a quilter, and a seamstress or a sewist.
Exactly.
They expect you to be a sewist.
Right.
When you're like, no, I'm a quilter.
Yeah.
Got it.
I'm game to try new things, like the pillows. I haven't made those before. I
know that about you from working out with you in the gym.
Yes.
You are an animal. A beast. You guys, you don't know. Sarah, go ahead.
It only started when I was 20 instead of when I was 50,
Right. Well, there's a lesson there, I would think.
Yes. So don't wait till you're 50 to start being really active.
Yeah.
I was always active, but never to the competitive level I am now.
Mm-hmm. So. Excellent. Yeah, I love it. So that's absolutely phenomenal.
Okay. So we've pinned the right sides together. Now we just have to sew around the edges.
Okay, so that's what I'm supposed to do now.
Leaving a hole open for the filler.
But there's these pointy things pointed
Yes.
like right at where my fingers are going to go.
Oh, no, you're not going to get your fingers in the way because there's a really thick pointy thing in there that can go right through your finger.
She's got all these needles. And
These are pins.
Pins, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Pins.
A needle is where you can put some thread through it. These have glass balls on the end of it so you can pick them up easier.
She said balls.
I did.
Sorry.
Glass ones.
Woo. I've seen some glass eyes in my day. Never have I seen a glass ball.
Now I gave your niece the deluxe machine. You get the one that's a step down.
Perfect. That's what I like.
She can push the pedal and go. You're going to have to... Okay, see the 1/4 inch line?
Uh-huh.
All right, so your goal, and see the tip of the needles right here. Okay, so your goal is to match the needle up, which is like right where those two plastic things, where I have the edge of the fabric.
Yep.
And you want to keep feeding this in at the 1/4 inch line.
Okay,
so
you know what this reminds me of? 40 millimeter grenade launchers.
Okay, so we can always relate.
Yes.
So once you get this fabric in back by the needle, you're going to reach back here. Is this little, if I can find it.
Just the lines,
No,
it's almost like windage
here it is.
distance.
See how it was red? When I lift this, it's red.
It's red, okay.
When I push it down, it's green. And that makes this what we call the foot, and that's what pulls your fabric through.
Okay, so I need it to be green.
Yeah.
Green means go.
Green means go.
Green means
and
go.
when you push the pedal gently at first, keep going.
You know I got a lead foot, right?
All right, I'm ready.
All right, well, I'm going to try to...
This machine has a limit. It's set on slow.
I'm going to try to go slow.
I'm going to put it on slow.
You guys know me. I need all the help I can get on going slow.
Okay. And our goal is to keep the edge of the fabric by the 1/4 line or in the center where the needle is.
Okay, so what we've got going on here is we push this down to turn the screen. We've got this lined up on our 1/4 inch seam line. We have our needle and thread and our pins. Those are kind of guide markers to keep me...
They're holding these two pieces of fabric together so they don't slide. Because we want to sew it nice and even with the edges together.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're going to end up real wonky, and then you won't have a nice
So those fasten
the fabric.
or anchor the
Yes.
fabric. Okay, cool. Whenever I'm putting in IVs as part of my medical expression, what we teach is to try to put part of your body, skin, or whatever onto their arm whenever you're actually doing it, because if you are bouncing or bumping...
You know I'm a retired RN, right?
I can't remember your whole background. I have memory loss.
Yeah. Probably done as many or more IVs than you.
So then maybe you should... Can you talk me through anchor points and how you can use it for bumping and moving patients, right? So these are anchor points,
Yes.
basically. Perfect. So we got nurse and quilt master
I like needles. What can I
and
say?
beast mode freaking CrossFitter. I love you, Sarah. Have I ever told you
Push
that?
that pedal.
Oh, man. You're trying to get me to go and I'm scared. I'm afraid I'm going to go too fast.
You can't go fast. I've got it set on slow.
Cool.
See?
Okay.
Are
So
you-
then it feeds itself, and I just
Right.
got to keep that
You
line.
just got to kind of guide it.
So then I can go as fast as I want as long as I guide it.
Yeah,
Okay. But that's my line. How am
Yeah.
I doing?
fine. Don't push it. Don't tug on the fabric. Just let it feed it through like it is.
Okay. Let the equipment do the work.
That's right.
Let the machine do the work. I like it. So I'm feeling like, am I doing okay guiding it, or am I doing it wrong?
No,
Because I
you're
know
doing
you're
okay.
helping me.
Yeah, but see how
How's the
you're getting
best way to hold it?
Well-
Show me what you do.
I hold it where I'm watching that the whole time.
This piece.
No, the
The
quarter
quarter
line.
inch. Yep.
But then once, like up here, we're going to get away from that. See, we have no fabric to hold it. So now I'm
Okay,
going
so I
to take
should
my
stop.
focus. Well, I'm going to borrow this pin to use as a pointer. Now I'm going to take the focus where this edge of the fabric is right here with that line going right in between those two plastic things.
Okay.
So keep going.
So that's what you mean
because-
by focus.
Yeah.
So that's the focus. So that line should always be, my two edges or my cloth should always be in between those
Yes.
two clear things.
Yes,
Okay.
which should also match this line right in here, right?
Right. This one, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then, because when we get up there, we're going to have to turn the corner. So we're going to
Oh,
stop
so you're
about a
getting me
quarter
ready
of an
to
inch.
turn.
Turn the corner.
Oh, I gotta get ready to turn, guys. All right, so I can keep going, right?
Yep.
You're gonna help me turn?
Yep.
Once I turn, can you tell me how to hold it better without training wheels? Perfect. Thank
Yep.
you. All right, here we go. We're gonna put the gas on again. We're sewing. I'm sewing. Look at me. I'm sewing.
You're watching.
I know, I'm watching. Well, I'm pushing the pedal.
You are pushing the pedal.
That counts for something,
That's
right?
True. That is true.
We are sewing.
Okay.
We're doing it together.
Stop.
All right.
Oh,
I went a little too
That's
far.
okay.
I gave it a
We have a
stab.
backwards button, so
Oh.
I'm pushing that backwards button. So
Thank
going
you.
to do the pedal again.
Thank you. See, even if we make mistakes, it'll buff out.
Except I guess I didn't hit it good enough. Go ahead and go back.
I got the analog version of
Okay.
this. It's just going. I'm not even touching the pedal. It's like, maybe it does it itself. Whoa.
All right. Why are we still going backwards? I want to
'cause-
go frontwards.
Oh, man. I think every time you push it, it goes back. I think when I push pedal, it goes forward.
Okay.
Let's try it. Here we go.
This is not my favorite
Yeah.
machine. I
There we
use
go.
the
Cool.
one- oh,
She.
stop.
It's okay. I'm used to it within the military. Oh, I went too far again.
That's okay. Because we're going to lift our foot up now. See the lever back there? Or you can mostly feel it. So
Yep.
I pushed it up. And now we just turn.
You
and
turned it red. Oh my goodness.
But look where we are.
Yes, you
Perfect
lined it
position, Aren't
perfectly.
we? So put
It
that
is.
down now. Back
Face
there.
down. Green means go.
Yep.
Cool.
And
Now I just.
you're going to feed it.
So you kind of you were kind of cupping it underneath a little bit.
Yeah, just kind of hold that side because otherwise the weight of the fabric will
Drag it off
drag
course.
it off course.
So now I just hold this and push the pedal and go. I don't have to guide it. I guide it, but I
Yeah.
subtly, finessefully guide it.
Yeah.
I'm lined up here, but I'm not in that, what do you call it, focus? Am I close enough?
Yeah, you're close enough. It's okay.
Cool.
Now, if we were doing an actual quilt,
I would be fired.
well, no, not really.
I'd get a counseling chit.
They call it a scant quarter of an inch. That's the magic of good, precise quilting. It's a scant quarter of an inch.
You got it, folks. You military folks, pay attention to that whenever you're trying to do your freaking ribbons and medals and stuff. You know the measurements, but it should be a scant.
Yeah, see how it's kind of stopped.
Oh, yeah, I'm starting to bow it up.
So that's not a problem, but what we can do is take a pin and kind of like
Peel it back so it lines
hold
the
it in
fabric.
place. Now keep going.
Now I go?
Yeah, go
Oh, man.
while I'm holding it. And we'll kind of get it in line back where it belongs.
So I should be probably going about this speed no matter what.
Well,
Because
I'm
if
hoping you're going to get faster or we're going to be here till midnight.
You want me to go faster than this? But what if I mess up all the materials?
You rip it out.
Oh.
The seam ripper is your best friend.
I got to get a scant quarter of an inch. I got to get a couple more pumps. Oh, that's it. Is that a scant quarter of an inch?
Let's see.
Now I make it red, right? Oh no, I got to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
And turn it.
And pivot and
Looks like we're there.
high five.
See, you've got that part down.
Boom.
All right.
Rinse and repeat. Watch the lines.
Turn that to green.
Cool. You got like half of this thing sewed for this bag.
Yeah.
We're so good.
Sophia's probably on her 10th one by now.
Well, Sophia's always better at me in arts and crafts, always. Speaking of which, you might see some Sophia creations. TBD. Oh, yep,
There
got
you
it.
go.
Green means go. If it ain't green, you ain't going. Here we go. Scant quarter of an inch. Here we come.
Now, are you flooring it or no?
I'm
Just
pushing
curious.
all the way down.
All right, so let's graduate to the next.
Oh my goodness. I'm getting some weird stuff on my cloth seams, but I think we're doing good. Now I need to think slow. Oh, maybe back up because it got a little
Yeah, why don't we
squicky.
We'll just do this.
No, I should have just...
Okay, there's a thing here.
That's my excitement.
Yeah, that's all
But
right.
once I dial in
you
my
haven't
excitement...
done this before.
True.
Turn that lever towards you until the needle goes up. Keep going. Right there. Okay. And now we go. Lift that up. Let me grab some scissors.
This is what I mean by making messes.
It's not a mess. Although, for some reason, we've got a double bobbin thing going here.
Maybe from our front back. That might be
I
the
wasn't doing it the whole time.
magic koozie bag that is like super reinforced. Or I mean cornhole bag. I'm gonna get my... Here's my water. Thank you.
Alright, so see, this is called a seam ripper. Or
Have one handy, folks.
we're unsewing, as they say.
Unsewing.
Unsewing. And we don't have to do the whole line, just back far enough to kind of
Get-
level it back out.
I'm really loving these bags. You did a phenomenal job with getting this stuff
That
cut
would
out.
be Martin Graphics that did the
Excellent. So we got Martin Graphics who did the
design,
printing.
the logo.
But since I dropped off all that stuff with you, you have printed with Martin Designs. You cut, ducked, dodged, and cut out these things and already got the pattern going. And I was like, I don't know. I've never made a koozie cornhole bag. I just know that they need to be competition quality.
And we had a good turnaround on our printing. He must not have been too busy.
Well, there is
I
a
think
lot.
with COVID.
Yep, there's a lot going on. Different projects create different levels of needed energy, especially with all this. So maybe we were just like a quick,
Yeah.
high yield, high value turnaround. So maybe he's got more complex things. Who knows? You never know. Everybody's fighting their own battles. You know
All
what I'm
right,
saying?
which side did you have up? This side or the white? I think it was this side was up, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
Because that's the way I've got the pins. What do you think, Sophia? Is it better with the white side up? Do you feel like it's easier? Yeah. So the next one we'll do white side up.
All right,
Because
cool.
Something about this stretchy fabric kind of causes a drag.
Cool.
All right, but while we're stopped, I'm going to check this bobbin out.
If you don't mind, while you're doing that, can I take another selfie of us?
Yeah.
Thanks. Hey, Sophia. You wanna... There you go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Cool. I'm gonna put that in our group chat. Woo! That way your mama can see that, you're staying out of trouble.
And when I'm restarting, I kind of go back a little bit because that way it locks the previous stitches in with the recent ones.
Okay. So now it's
I
my
think
turn
we're good
again.
to go.
Alright, so I am going to pedal, hands, positioning, anchors, right?
Anchors.
Get our anchors. Alright, I think we're lined up. I think we're good. Cool. Alright, let's go. And I'm going to throttle this one with my foot instead of just going pedal to metal like I did last time, and I got a little too fast. Things got a little out of control.
If you're ever worried about it, you can just hop up here and go from scene to scene and see.
Oh, I think I'm out of thread. I think I lost the thread line.
Yeah, it's not going, is it? All right, up with the needle again.
Oh, wrong thing. So
Yeah,
I do
that's
this.
So
all
you
the way
get the needle
back.
all the way up. Yeah, see, it's coming threaded. That's why this is not my favorite machine.
Ah, it's got a lot of-
So yeah, I'm gonna have to pick this thing up.
A lot of maintenance required. It's not as
We're gonna be out of thread soon.
it's not as stark.
It's not as nice, quite as nice as the Husqvarna one.
That's okay.
It's a good one. It's a baby lock, but I don't sew on this one as much as I do the one.
That one
Sophia's
seems like
using.
super tech savvy, super like
It's much newer.
yeah. It's probably a lot more versatile. So you could sit there and probably do a lot more things easier.
Yeah, I need
with
to go
that
take
machine
a
than
class
this
on what all you can do with it.
What's that?
I said I've never taken the class. When you buy a machine, they give you a one-day class,
Hmm.
so you can learn all because it's got like a bunch of stitches and things that you can do.
To maximize its functionality.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with us we do something kind of similar, mostly with driving. I would say that's the closest parallel, is whenever we're getting ready to go on a deployment or travel somewhere and do a particular job, the driving skills that you need for that particular job are going to vary place by place, right? So it's kind of like, oh, you're going to this theater. We're going to try to find you a driving course to go to so you can practice those skills. So similar, instead of going to do, special operations things and hunt bad guys, but the principle within being a sewist is the same. You have a piece of equipment and you have a course that comes with it to help you maximize it. And I don't always get the course, just like you, but the course is there. People have thought of it because they know there's a need, right? There's a problem to be solved.
Unfortunately, many of us function on the bare minimum knowledge when we probably could do better with the course.
I'm right there with you, but you know what? It seems like you're doing pretty well
we're
for
getting
yourself.
by, aren't we?
Yeah, it's beautiful. Like I said, the quilt you made for me was just phenomenal. So thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, here we go. All right, they've let me push the pedal again, guys. It seems like every time I push this pedal, I mess something up or run out of something. All right, here we go. And whee! Oh, yeah. We're going to make a scant 1/4 inch. And we're keeping the
It's still
things
not
together.
sewing, though.
Oh,
See, this is my frustration with
I'm
this
the
machine.
worst sewist ever. What about
No.
this? Did we tweak this? Should that
No, put your needle up.
needle up, needle up,
I
needle
think
up?
it's something with the bobbin being put in wrong or something.
Needle up, needle up, needle up, needle up.
See, it's
Do you
not
want to sit
staying-
here?
Yeah.
Would it be better? All right, we're going to switch positions. She's going to drive for a little while, guys. Whew. I'm going to come over here and talk to Sophia.
Thank you for joining us today on this curious roller coaster of life. If this is your stop, please exit peacefully. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you're ready for another one, just push play. Just a final note before you go, thank you. And thank you for feeling. The distillation and aging process is different for everyone. I'm not quite sure what you're ready for. Sip slowly and enjoy responsibly.
Baby says she's leaving if I don't stop drinking wine. So I switched to whiskey and I'm feeling fine. Drinking that smooth whiskey.